Hello everyone, it's your girl Southern Diva Budgets and I'm back with another video. This is one of the last videos I'll be doing for 2023, trying to kind of walk you through where I'm at in terms of what I'm doing with my budget, also showing you my new binder setup. Instead of doing it all in one drawn out video, I'm kind of separating things out. So here we are. So what we're going to do now is reallocate our sinking funds. Hopefully in the year 2024, we actually give them a purpose, a job, and we actually make some use of this binder. Be a little bit more productive. But before we get there, I do want to kind of show you my budget planner that I'm going to be using for 2024. So for me, I find that when I go to stores to try to purchase a budget binder, they're all great, they're all awesome. However, I always find myself when I get a binder that I like, a couple of pages that I could do without, a couple of pages I would add. So what I've taken the liberty of doing is kind of creating my own budget planner, but with the use and help of tools that are already provided for me. So the whole construction of the binder is mine. However, the individual pages aren't something that I designed. So I'm not taking credit for something that is already out there on the internet. So as far as my binder, here she is. This is my planner for 2024. Kind of similar to the setup that I had for 2023, just a little bit different. A lot of pages I found that I wasn't using. So first and foremost, this here is an image that I kind of created using Canva. So this page here is my idea. Again, the color scheme, the aesthetics, you pretty much can see is kind of translating throughout all my setup. So it says 2024 planner, plan ahead for the life you want and pray unto God, pray unto the Lord, for he said that it would be. So, which is true. And then of course, 7 Diva budgets. So as you can see, I did purchase some tabs this time to kind of help me get to months faster, especially if I needed to look back. So these are some tabs that I purchased off of Amazon and I just added them to the pages. So let's go ahead and open this beauty up so we can get a look at what we're dealing with. So last year, something that's a little bit different from last year, I did use the month in terms of planning out this way. However, I found that the boxes sometimes wasn't big enough, so I decided to give it a try to go this way. So hopefully that the FedEx guy aligned everything correctly. All my months should be aligned this way. That way it gives me a lot of writing room. Okay, so this is January. Again, I did not create this template itself. I got it off of Printables, BULLS.com. And she has a whole array of setups of free printables that you can use to create your own budget binder or planner. And that's what I used. Okay, so constructively wise, I kind of construct these to flow with what my planner would be for me in terms of easily navigating it, as well as what's going to kind of coincide with what I'm trying to do for my budget. So this is what January looks like. So of course I would go in and fill in my paydays. I would fill in any appointments that I have, any things that I need to pay attention to family wise, from a career standpoint, any seminars and things like that. I will plan that out, and of course I will use some stickers along the way. So that's what I would do, plan out the month of January. Next up, the next page that we have is the monthly bill tracker page. What I like to do here is I like to write out all my bills for the month. So we would do car note, car insurance, yada yada yada, all the bills per se, not expenses but bills, the date that they're due, the amount, and then what I like to do is check it off when it's paid or highlighted. Any notes or reminders such as subscriptions or things I need to pay attention to, I kind of put that here. Again, this came from Printables.com. Okay, So that's what my monthly bill tracker looks like. And then this is when we get to the budget tracker. So this is how I track my income coming in and kind of try to tell every dollar what to do. So my income source would be here. Something that I'm doing a little bit different this year. I do have what I call a side hustle, if you will. I have a different section for that, so I'm kind of separating those things out. So my main source of income, which would be my 9 to 5, if you will, goes here. Then any debt that I'm going to attend to, what I like to do here is put my bills here. My cash envelopes usually travel over these two sections, and any savings that I'm doing. This section will get used a lot more this year because, again, I'm doing 3 different types of savings approach. I'm doing short-term or mini savings challenges, as well as what I'm deeming or titling midterm challenges. They are challenges that takes a little bit longer than minis to accomplish, but not as quite as long as a 100 envelope challenge or a 52-week challenge. So this section will get used a lot more. So when payday comes, write my income, kind of try to tell every dollar what to do. Now, something that I'm doing a little bit different, or going to attempt to do different, is track my expenses. So things that I'm using in my everyday cash envelopes, such as gas, groceries, household stuff, beauty spends, personal. So everyday expenses, not bills per se, but everyday expenses. Something that's not allocated towards savings or a bill, I'm going to try to track it on a week-to-week basis. That way I can kind of hone in on where my money is going. So if I need to correct something, I can do so at the end of the first quarter or the second quarter or third quarter in the year to kind of redirect myself, because I do have quite of a lofty goal this year when it comes to savings. I want to save 25K. Another budget tracker because of another pay. And then expense trackers. And then finally, I did give myself a note page so I can write down any notes, or if I wanted to do like my shopping list in here or something like that, it gives me an area to jot things down for the month. Okay, and then we will continue into the next month. So every month pretty much looks the same. For the most part, you will see 2 expense trackers, because what I'm going to attempt to do is hopefully not spend that much. And that way I can do 1 week here, the second week here. So 2 weeks on each expense tracker, because there's usually roughly about 4 weeks in each month. And you will see roughly about 2 budget trackers in each month, because I am what you would call bi-weekly pay. So I get paid every 2 weeks. So we do have what some people identify as magic months. I try to go ahead and identify those for myself. So in those months, you will see an extra bill or budget tracker in there for that purpose. Okay, so we have January, February, March, April, May, June, July, all the way down to December. December is the last actual month, but something that is new, and you will see here, is what I call side hustle income extra funds. So I do have a side hustle, something that is pretty consistent, generally speaking, but it does vary as far as the income goes. So I don't try to depend on that income, but I do want to kind of tell every dollar what to do. Hopefully the goal with the side income is to help contribute to the savings very heavily. Okay, so I put roughly, I want to say 6 budget trackers in here. And then also I do have some additional trackers that I'm going to try to use. The Christmas tracker, again, I got this from printables.com, as well as the emergency savings fund. I do want to kind of make it a goal or effort each year moving forward to allocate some money for emergency funds, because one of my fears is, all the money is fine, don't get it wrong, or me and my husband's, that for that matter. But what I want to happen is something comes up and then I have to tap in to my savings that I don't want. So each year, regardless of what's in my emergency fund, I'm going to try to allocate some of the money that I make throughout that year towards emergency savings. Haven't set a goal for this yet, but I'm pretty sure it's probably going to be 1K as far as the emergency savings. And that is the end of my budget binder. So hopefully that kind of gives you some inspiration if you need it. So now, why did we come here? We came here to reallocate my sinking funds and to take a look at my new sinking funds binder. Okay, so this dashboard is no more. If you remember, these sinking funds were in this purple binder here in 2023. It's the last day. So moving forward, I'm going to be using this binder for my sinking funds. This binder now houses my mini or short term savings challenges. So what we're going to do is kind of go through and see what's what and put it where it needs to be. Now, for the most part, if something is in here besides Christmas, because I do have to pay myself back for that, some gifts that I didn't take out of my sinking funds, so I have to take that back to the bank. But for the most part, if it's in that envelope, I'm just transferring it to this envelope. So we have car maintenance. In here, we have a total of 50, 70, 80, 90. So what I'm going to do is take this $90 here and put it into car maintenance. Now, something else that I'm trying that's different this year is kind of continuously tracking my expenses. So I want to kind of have an understanding of what's in each of my envelopes. So along with tracking it in my planner as well as on these budget sheets individually, again, I can kind of have a wrangler on my money in terms of making sure it's doing what I want it to do and not what it wants to do. All right, so next up we have Christmas. Unfortunately, nothing is oh lordy. And another reason I'm changing minors is because of my zipper situation. So with this, it will be going to the trash, the envelope itself, but we have 60, but this is going back to the bank. So nothing is going into Christmas just yet. Next, we have debt F off. Nothing is going into debt F off. Right now. Health, I use this when it comes to taking care of things towards my health. So what we have left in health is 100, 50, 60, 70, 80, 85, 90, 91. I am going to take this dollar out because I really don't like to keep dollars in my envelopes anywhere. So this will go into my $1 savings challenge. So we'll put that to the side over here. So this goes into health, and we may or may not add to that. We'll see. After health, we have a new envelope, which is home. Starting to save for some big ticket things around the house. I'm ready to replace my mattress. We have one more year. This is our 9th year on this mattress, so it's coming up time to replace that, but I want to get a good one. So we also want to redo our living room, dining rooms, just some things. So home is for big ticket stuff. Of course, household is for things such as paper towels, dish soap, and things of that nature, which will be in my everyday binder, but this here is for bigger ticket items. Oh, fun. I don't think we had anything in there because I took everything out. Yep. Technology, again, I'll put in, I don't really need a tracker, but I just like to do fun things, so I may put another Apple tracker here. Shopping, what do we have in shopping? 25, not a whole lot, but hey. And I really should have just called this, and I may rename it when I have time, but I really should have just called this self-love. Because it could be anything from a massage, a new purse, a new outfit, taking a trip, buying something for myself, showing myself some love. hence the name self-love. So I may redo that. Alrighty, next up we have vacation. Of course, there's nothing in there because we just came back from vacation. And that is that. So what we have here is, so let's take this out because this goes back to the bank and this goes into the $1. So let's put that there. We do have our star note, so I do want to talk about that here in a second, but what we have is savings. So last year what I was doing was taking $10 bills and saving them every time I got paid. Not every $10 bill that I come across, but I kind of allocated $10 here, $20 here, $40 here. So there were, the money in this envelope was all tens. But in a previous video, I needed to break a 50. So this is what was in that savings envelope. Didn't really have a job for this. It was to save for something luxury wise, but I got that for Christmas, so there's no need for that. So what I'm going to do is take this and actually reallocate it in different envelopes throughout my sinking funds. So let's see how much it is. So we have 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 200, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 310. So we have $310 that we can reallocate along our sinking funds. But before we do, I do have a envelope that I call my family envelope, but it's not family anymore because I actually have an envelope for family now, which is right here. Whoa. So I actually have an envelope for family now. So I was using this to save all my star notes, as you can see. But unfortunately, guess what happened? What always happens? The zipper broke on it. So we're going to get rid of it and actually name it what it's supposed to be called and get a new envelope. So we're getting rid of this. So what I did was, and I wanted to show you all this so you can see how you can repurpose something. So this was my savings envelope. So I know that it can get very lofty, meaning stretch girth-wise. And the goal, of course, is every star note that I come across, I'm going to save it. So what I did was, being that this is just an insert that I made, you could take this out, but I did rename this star notes. So what I'm going to do is, I have a star note from some spending that I did before. So I'm just going to save this. So I'm adding this $20 bill to the star note family. I'm going to be a little bit more intentional about this next year. I started towards the end of the year, start looking for these things. But I'm going to be a little bit more intentional. So right now in star notes, we have a $100 bill. That's a star note. We have a $20 bill, $20 bill, $20 bill, 10, 10, a 5, and several $1 bills that are star notes. So the only bill that we don't have, which I'm hoping to check it off on our next, throughout this year of 2024, is a $50 bill and a $2 bill. I'm very, very confident that I will come across a $2 bill because, as you know, I do get those in scraps, so I could use that to bless other people. The $50 bill, we'll see. So what we're going to do is now put the money in the star note envelope, close it up, and we're going to add it to the back of our sinking fund. So this is kind of a sinking fund because we're just adding to it, not really a purpose. It's also like a savings shop. And go ahead and get started with where we're gonna put some money in. So And I'll do the budget trackers off camera to spare you all time. Okay, so car maintenance right now, we have 50, 70, 80, 90. So let's add 20 to this. So 10, 20 to car maintenance. I'm just gonna put plus 20 and I'll update everything. So right now we have 50, 70, 80, 90, 110. So we have 110 in car maintenance. So next up is Christmas. Christmas, there is a tracker in the back of my book. I'm gonna make each icon worth $15. So $15. Of course, the goal date is, let's make it 11/1/24. That gives us some time. That way, if we have Black Friday deals, we can take advantage of those deals. And then also, I don't have to have a Black Friday envelope because I'm saving towards that. Okay. And then the goal amount, of course, is $525. So with that being said, each icon being worth $15, I'm going to put 30 in there. Again, I'll color it off camera to spare you. So 10, 20, 30. Hopefully that makes sense. So Christmas, we're gonna put 30 in there for Christmas. Close it up. Again, we're gonna put plus 30 and yeah, moving right along. I'll fill the rest out later. Next up is debt F off. Oh my God, don't really have any current credit card debt. However, I do have student loans, clenching my pearls, but whatever. Don't get me started on that. So instead of titling their student loans and having an anxiety attack every time I see this envelope, I'm just going to call it debt F off. So right now, we're just going to put $50 in here because I have to sit down and refigure my student loan payment, see what that's going to be on a monthly basis. $50 to get us started. We'll see how much it has to be. And then on the next video, once we're stuffing our sinking funds, we can have a more clearer approach on that. So what we're going to do here, we're just going to write plus 50. Okay. Whew. Moving right along, family. I'm just going to put $20 in there for family. This is just to help them out if they need it. I'm going to put plus 20 there. I may come back to it, but we'll see. Moving right along, health. Now, let's do 50 for that. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. So we're going to add 50 to health. I'm gonna put this here, plus 50. So now in health, because we already had something in here, we now have 150, 60, 70, 80, 90, 200, 10, 20, 30, 35, 40. So we have 240 in health, which should be more than enough for a teeth cleaning. But we're going to keep saving anyway for other things that may come up. A new one is home. For home, we're going to put 30 in home. Alrighty. So we're going to add 30 to home. Done. And we're gonna do plus 30. Alrighty. Next up is Oh Shit Fund, aka Emergency Fund. So that brings us back to our binder. The goal amount we already pretty much discussed. So let's just go ahead and commit to that. Goal amount is 1,000. Goal date is, ain't it 31 days in December? Girl, don't get me lying. Yes, 31 days. So we want to be done, save $1,000 towards emergency fund by 12/31/24. So 1,000 divided by 35 makes each icon roughly $28.50. So we're just gonna say $30. I'm gonna put each $30 just to make it easier. And let's go ahead and get started, why don't we? And again, I will spare you filling this out. So 10, 20, 30. Yeah, we're just gonna do one. And we'll get there. So now, emergency fund here. I'll color that icon in off camera. That's that. And now let's write plus 30, right? Plus 30. Alrighty. We're almost there, guys. Thank you for your patience. Technology. I guess we could put 10 in there because I don't have anything that I'm trying to get right now. But just for the sake of saving, let's put 10 in here. So plus 10. Why I keep doing that? Plus 10. Alrighty. And next up we have shopping. Let's put 20 in there. So 20 for shopping. So in shopping we already had 25. So now that makes us have a 20, 30, 45. 45. And shopping. Close that up. Put plus 20. And then last but not least, so vacation, we have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. So let's go ahead and put 50 in vacation. And we have now reallocated our sinking funds money plus 50. And we are complete. Let's walk through. So we can see, again, we have car maintenance. We added 20 today. We have Christmas. We added 30 today. We have debt F off, aka student loans. We added 50. Family added 20. See, I'm loving this budget tracker already. Health, we added 50. Home, we added 30. Oh shit, aka emergency fund, we added 30. Technology, we added 10. Shopping, we added 20. Vacation, we added 50. And this is my sinking fund. So again, I'm gonna try to be a little bit more intentional about saving in my sinking funds this year. This here is the $60 to pay back myself for the Christmas shopping, and the $1 that I will add to my $1 savings challenge. Alrighty guys, so this is going back to the bank and into an envelope. Thank you for taking time out your day to watch this video. Again, I appreciate each and every one of you. Until next time, take care guys and be blessed. Bye for now.